Chapter 21 The Adventures of Prickly Porky by Thornton W. Burgess. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. This recording by Jude Summers. The Adventures of Prickly Porky by Thornton W. Burgess. Chapter 21 Sammy Jay Delivers His Message. Sammy Jay has been the bearer of so many messages that no one knows better than he how to deliver one. He knows when to be polite, and no one can be more polite than he. First he went over to the home of Reddy and Granny Fox and invited them to come over to the hill where Prickly Porky lives and see the terrible creature which had frightened them so give Old Man Coyote a scare. Both Reddy and Granny promptly said they would do nothing of the kind, that Sammy was engaged in some kind of mischief, and that anyway they knew there was no such creature without head, legs, or tail, and though they had been fooled once, they didn't propose to be fooled again. "All right," replied Sammy, quite as if it made no difference to him. "You admit that, smart as you are, you were fooled, and we thought you might like to see the same thing happen to Old Man Coyote." With this he flew on his way to the Green Meadow to look for Old Man Coyote, and as he flew he chuckled to himself. "They'll be there," he muttered. "I know them well enough to know that nothing will keep them away when there's a chance to see some one else frightened, especially Old Man Coyote. They'll try to keep out of sight, but they'll be there." Sammy found Old Man Coyote taking a sun bath. "Good morning, Mr. Coyote. I hope you are feeling well," said Sammy in his politest manner. "Fairly, fairly, thank you," replied Old Man Coyote, all the time watching Sammy sharply out of the corners of his shrewd eyes. "What's the news in the Green Forest?" "There isn't any. That is, none to amount to anything," declared Sammy. "I never did see such a dull summer. Is there any news down here on the Green Meadows? I hear Danny Meadow Mouse has found his lost baby." "So I hear," replied Old Man Coyote. "I tried to find it for him. You know I believe in being neighborly." Sammy grinned, for as he said this Old Man Coyote had winked one eye ever so slightly, and Sammy knew very well that if he had found that lost baby, Danny Meadow Mouse would never have seen him again. "By the way," said Sammy, in the most matter-of-fact tone, "as I was coming through the Green Forest, I saw Peter Rabbit over on the hill where Prickly Porky lives, and Peter seems to have been in some kind of trouble. He was so lame that he said he didn't dare try to go home to the Old Briar-patch for fear that he might meet some one looking for a Rabbit dinner, and he knew that, feeling as he did, he wouldn't be able to save himself. Peter is going to come to a bad end some day if he doesn't watch out." "That depends on what you call a bad end," replied Old Man Coyote with a sly grin. "It might be bad for Peter and at the same time very good for some one else." Sammy laughed right out. "That's one way of looking at it," said he. "Well, I should hate to have anything happen to Peter, because I have lots of fun quarreling with him and should miss him dreadfully. I think I'll go up to the Old Orchard and see what is going on there." Off flew Sammy in the direction of the Old Orchard, and once more he chuckled as he flew. He had seen Old Man Coyote's ears prick up ever so little when he had mentioned that Peter was over in the Green Forest so lame that he didn't dare go home. "Old Man Coyote will start for the Green Forest as soon as I am out of sight," thought Sammy. And that is just what Old Man Coyote did. End of chapter 21.